Brian Austin Green,
Greatest intro
there it is.
ever.
I absolutely love this film.
Ariel Helwani.
It's good to see you, man.
Welcome.
The one and only George Strombo.
Hello. Hey, made it.
Wow,
Welcome,
thank you guys.
man.
I gotta hang out with you guys more often.
You were waiting for me, weren't you? You're like, where is she? Where's she?
We're going.
Guys.
Thanks for being here today, guys.
Thank you for having us. This is amazing.
Yeah, when you think about all of that, we're just giving a small intro. It's like, holy smokes, you've done a lot.
Also, with your voice too, it's adding a whole edge there.
Like, this is cool.
Yeah, points.
Yeah. It's like, wow, I feel like I'm on a show right now, which we are, I guess, but hey, your show.
I love that.
Oh my God. Great moment.
It is a great moment. Will and Thomas and Matt just screaming.
In this moment, Amar had just bungee jumped out of a helicopter over the Grand Canyon. First person to ever do it. And we're standing next to Will Smith reacting to him swinging back up from the canyon because the rope was so long that he dipped below, like where we could see him.
Yeah.
And then we're just seeing it fully stretched, and then he's flying, getting swung back up in the air. And yeah, it was a surreal moment. Absolutely surreal moment.
You got very emotional.
Yeah, I mean, I was terrified for Amar's life.
He just didn't want to deal with, like, I'll be dead, nobody will care. He's going to have to deal with how yesterday killed Will Smith.
No.
I was worried for you. And
That's
Loves you.
so the behind the scenes information that we had that I don't know if we've actually shared before, but there was a TV show that had tried to do this, and it did not go well at all.
Why?
The
Let's just get into it. Yeah,
the person died doing
person
this stuff.
died
Okay.
doing this stunt.
Yeah.
And we found out, someone told us basically like 2 weeks before, because this stunt hasn't been done many times. Like there isn't a team that is like equipped to do these things. So this show got canceled after episode 1 because like that happened on episode 1. So I'm like, my heart is pounding, you know, I'm like just praying that this is going to work. Obviously they'd done so many tests and they're the best stunt team in all of Hollywood to do this thing. So I felt secure from that sense. And I had to go talk to the head of the stunt crew to like feel reassured. But in this moment, it's like a mix of pride, surrealness, because we started 3 years before. We're in a 1-bedroom apartment in Montreal, sharing beds, you know, on like a pull-out couch. And now we're standing in front of the Grand Canyon with Will Smith's hand on my shoulder with this gigantic multi-million-dollar production. And my best friend has just pulled off the craziest
What
stunt
did he
thing
say to you
he's
at
ever
that
seen.
moment?
He was just screaming. You could tell that he was ecstatic.
Yeah.
I mean, he was so
was up
thrilled.
next.
He was up next. You could tell he was terrified and like amazed and the range of emotion that I think he was experiencing was shared by everybody around. It was like a mix of anticipation and I think he was visualizing how you did it to you know, it was amazing. And after you were done, he kind of got really quiet and was like, okay, I guess it's my turn. Because he's got a genuine fear of heights. Amar is more comfortable with heights, actually. So it was much more real in terms of like a challenge, I think, for Will Smith than it was for you.
But, seeing you just talked about his reaction and him like just psyching himself up to go next. How nervous were you guys for Will? Because obviously you just saw your friend go once and like the endorphins must be going through you and you're excited to go. And then now one of the biggest stars on the entire planet has got to go do that. And you're basically resetting. Yeah. Right?
I was terrified. I was absolutely terrified.
For me, I knew his life was about to change forever. Like it was about to be a core memory that he'll never ever forget and something that will mark, you know, he was turning 50 that day. So as like which actually it's in a few days. So happy birthday, Will. Yeah. I knew that it would be like a monumental event in his life that he'll, you know, refer to for years to come. And it's been the case. Like every time we meet, there's always this conversation about how much that was meaningful for him at the turn of his 5th decade and, you know, a new era in his life for that to have been like the defining moment before. So it's yeah, it's been a blessing. Like for me personally, yeah. I was, because I had just done it too, and I knew they had the best in class for it in every single category. Yeah. Will was gonna be fine, and he was just gonna land and have the best birthday.
So what did you say to him? You just jumped.
Yeah.
You're walking back. You have this adrenaline. You know Will's going next. What was that conversation with him?
I actually remember telling him what he should do if he wants to stay straight falling back, because there wasn't a whole lot of. I got off and Will was gonna go on right away. So I remember like it was something around stay locked with his eyes on the helicopter instead of like looking elsewhere, so that his body can stay straight as much as he can. She didn't end up doing that, so he just went off and
I mean, no shade to Will.
Yeah.
You were very clear.
I was very clear about what he should do, and he didn't do it. But yeah, that was. And there was just like I think I remember like the energy of the moment, just like dabbing him up and like hugging him, knowing that he's about to experience like one of the most blissful moments of his life.
Like I never thought that like performers could have bad days, because we don't really see them as humans. We just see them as these like incredible performers.
But that's what comedians, I find. Like when you sit down with them, it's not the comedic part you're going to find in an interview.
Yeah, you're right. You'd find more of the thoughtfulness or the introspection or whatever. Yeah. And I guess that's what he gave Hoos that day.
Yeah.
But,
so Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is always on.
Jack Black is the same way.
Oh, yeah, Jack Black's
always on.
Always on.
Hugh
That's
Jackman is the guy who, the first time I interviewed him, he matched my energy and he taught me how to fake punch. And the first fake punch, he actually punched me in the face. He's like, you got to be ready for it. I was like, why do you think you're going to punch me in the face? But he was awesome. I've interviewed him a couple of times, and like him, Will, The Rock. I'm sure you guys have interviewed both or all three of these cats, and like they just get it, and they just know they understand that wherever this will be seen, they want to portray a certain image, like the best version, best playful. Like we want to hang out with you version, and we want to go spend money to see you on a giant 100-foot screen.
Yeah.
They know the game.
Yeah. They know the game. And those are exactly the names. Anytime someone's like, well, who's really great? Exactly those list, names, that exact list. Yeah.
Did you guys ever have one where you were super nervous, or like, I mean, I'm sure you get nervous every once in a while, but a person who you held in a particular esteem, you're like, oh my gosh, man, like you're pacing before you go in the room, or like you're waiting for them to show up on the set, and you guys know, you have 4 minutes, max, sometimes 8. You might have one segment with the person, but the edit's going to be 2 minutes or whatever.
Straight up Tom Cruise, the first time I sat down and did sit down interview with him. The room was like 36 degrees. I'm not even kidding you, Cabby. And I was sweating, and the guy is not sweating at all. And you could see like stains.
Do you think it was a test? Do you think it was?
Weren't you guys amazing? I feel like I've seen that. So like your energy was as though you had been.
That's it. I was so nervous going into that room, but he stood up to introduce himself to me and then made me sit down. And after that, 10 years of interviewing this guy. But that was it. When you meet that person, because I looked up to him like this. I love this guy. I love his movies. I love everything about him. And after that, it's been great.
How many times has that happened to you?
Where I was nervous?
Yeah.
Oh, hundreds. But like where I was like almost like freaking myself out. First time I spoke. I've only met Will once, and like Will was like North Star for me as a kid. When there was no. I grew up in Toronto, and I went to high school in Cambridge, Ontario. We moved there when I was 12. But when I was watching The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air on CBC at 5 o'clock, there was I couldn't make the connection of like, oh, how to get on TV. And then Will was this like comedic genius, like this unbelievable performer who was charisma at 1,000,000%. And I was like, I would just steal the dialogue from Fresh Prince and just use it on girls at school, as though it was my own, as though they're not watching the same show at 5 years.
Did you tell Will that? Did you when you met him?
No, because it was a junkie. You get 4 minutes. Right. It was the movie Focus that he did with
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie. Yeah. And he was awesome. And but I was was in a hotel, it was like the 3rd floor. I was pacing in the hallway and like, Gabby Richards, you're up next. I'm like, okay. And then but it went well, but I was so freaked out.
I love it. We have so many stories we can share.
I know,
right? This
totally.
is crazy.
I am convinced that the way this interview went is one of the reasons I'm still alive. It's because I had, so what you can't see here is this arm, this arm here, my right here, my collarbone's broken. So I had a motorcycle crash not that long before, and I was in enormous pain.
Right.
And I did no painkillers because the crash was my fault. And I just said,
I'm going to deal with it.
Lean into this, man.
Yeah, right.
Remember this so you don't crash again, right? So I have a broken collarbone here. I'm dealing with post-concussion syndrome in this interview. My leg had been cut up because I had crashed after a show.
George.
Yeah, so the bleeding had stopped for sure.
Okay,
but I was
good.
scabbed. I was scabbed,
Okay.
right? So I was all scabbed here. And before the interview, somebody told Tom, don't, because Tom's intense, don't pull him too hard because he's got a broken bone. So somebody came to me and said, Tom wants to talk to you. I went, all right. So I went around the corner at CBC, and there's like a little alcove. And Tom and I were so close, face to face. And he said, I heard you hurt yourself. And I said, yeah. He said, show me. So I pulled you could see the big. And he said, here's mine. And he showed me his.
Yeah.
And then he said, we have to keep you alive. So I'm gonna connect you to somebody. And not that long after, I got a package delivered to my home with a phone number and a note from Tom saying, call this guy. He's going to teach you how to race motorcycles. But I had said to Tom, I don't want to race. Because if I race motorcycles, I'm going to hurt myself. He said, no. If you learn to race properly, you'll be a better, safer rider on the street. And so I went down to California. This guy was there. He said, Tom called. We'll take care of you.
Holy shit, what's going through your head at this moment?
It's ridiculous. It's not even real.
Hey,
Not
tell
even
me the
real.
story.
And I mean, it'll happen again at some point, but I haven't crashed since.
Nice.
Right? And a lot of the times where I've been in trouble in a motorcycle situation, I have made an adjustment based on the course that Tom hooked me up with.
That's incredible.
That's insane.
So to me, he was an amazing interview. At the end of this interview, he whispers to me, he'd been there for an hour. He said, can I go talk to the audience? And by the way, I think at that point, the only other person who had ever done that was Billy Corgan from the Smashing Pumpkins. Tom said, can I go talk to the audience? And I said, you're Tom Cruise, you can do whatever you want. He went and talked to everybody, took pictures. He was so personable. He really knew how to do it. So that was a real life lesson. And then big Canadian celebrities showed up and said, Tom told us to do this interview.
You're kidding.
Open the door.
Fact.
Open
That's
the
a
door.
fact, yeah.
You know what I love about this picture is because both of you have an intense look.
We're pretty intense guys. We're pretty intense guys.
It's like you're looking into each other's soul. Like it's
well, so
a
I
great
have
photo.
a very high expectation of the guests I sit across from.
Yeah.
And what I respect is that Tom has a very high expectation of the person who's talking to him.
Yeah.
So it was two grown-ups right there who, I didn't know him then, right? I got to know him a little bit afterwards. I didn't know him then. So this is how it's starting. This is how we kind of feel each other out. That was fun though. That was a fun day. That was a big moment.
That's a big, yeah. He saved your life.
I think so. I think so.
Tom Cruise saved George's
I think
life.
so.
And in a year from now, when you're independent and you're riding off into the sunset, you can,
I think
in a
Tom
way,
Cruise.
always thank Tom Cruise.
I get the package.
Yeah.
Probably 3 weeks later, because I hadn't called the guy yet, my phone rings at 4 o'clock in the morning. I was out late partying. I got home at 4 o'clock, 3:30 in the morning. I need to go to bed. I'm exhausted. I got to shoot the next day. I crawl into bed. And my phone rings. I'm like, who's calling me at 4 in the morning? Hello, Strombo. Yeah, it's Cruz. Whoa. Did you get my package? Did you call the guy? I'm gonna call him. So my manager calls me later and says, the next day he says, so I gave Tom your number because he wanted it. And I said to Tom, you can't call him, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. And Tom looked at me and said, I'm Tom Cruise. But he did it in like a playful way. He was really sweet to me. Yeah, I have a lot of time for him. And
Have you connected with him after this?
Yeah, totally. And he was, we had lunch together one day. He was really great.
Oh, insane.
Yes.
Like, what a switch up.
Hi.
Like,
Yeah, this is a
crazy.
moment right here.
Yeah.
Also, very Barbie appropriate.
yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah,
Very.
crazy.
So, what's the feeling like? Like, what is going through you at this moment in time, standing beside our Canadian, one of
Mr.
our
Gus.
greatest
Yeah,
lions?
I was like shitting myself. Like this
Yeah.
was insane. Like, oh my gosh. First of all, I've always loved Barbie. Like I'm saying, I was like a pink princess girly girl growing up. So I always loved Barbie. And just like this was the most surreal moment ever. I practiced what I was gonna say like 40 times. And I remember I asked them like if Ken had a job, what would his job be? And they're like, the job is beach. And I'm like, no. I'm like, give me more. But this was the most insane moment. This was like my first big pink carpet that I walked. I went the day before to buy my outfit and I was like stressed running around the Eaton Center trying to find something that was super Barbie. This was crazy. Like honestly, looking at that, this is probably one of the most like monumental moments for my
Do you have it framed?
career. I don't.
Well, you should take
should
this
get
and
it
frame
I
it.
really
Yeah.
should. I'm like, this
For
was
sure.
insane. And he was so nice.
Yeah. Did he
He's
smell
a
good?
really nice guy.
Did he smell good?
Yeah.
Of course.
Of course.
I'm like, look at him. Do you think he smells bad? Like,
So how did you ask him to take a picture? Or you just said,
I was like, can we please take a picture together? And I remember I took like a video and made it slow-mo where he was looking at me and pointing at me. I'm like, yeah.
I love that for you.
It was really, really awesome.
There she is.
Me and Sienna, she loves these moments, by the way.
On stage.
She asks.
Yeah.
So this was actually a plan. Like we planned this, we choreographed this. Where most of the other times she just come on and freestyle during electric or whatever. But this time I was like, I'm going to actually make her part of the show.
Oh, nice.
You know, and she loves it every show. Dad, you going to bring me up? Dad, you going to bring me up on stage? Let me know what songs before so that I know I can go backstage and like. I'm like, yes, yeah, no, I'll let you know, baby. It's so I always wanted a little sister.
Yeah.
And then I knew when we got married that I wanted a daughter so bad. And we had the 2 boys, and I was like, I think I'm done. I don't know if I want any more kids. It's so much work. I don't want to be in the diapers again and waking up every day. Oh my God. And then she tells like, no, I really want one more. She's like, we're gonna have a girl. And she did all these things, all this research, and literally like we probably tried once and she was pregnant. And then she came with the picture, the ultrasound. She's like, it's a girl. I'm like, yes.
And she's big with you on TikTok too. Like she's doing all the dancing trends.
You gotta see. She knows
She knows everything.
We're in the car and songs come on and she knows all the words. I'm like, how do you know this song?
Yeah.
She's like, TikTok. I'm like, interesting.
And old school music too. They come along and I'm like, how do you know? Like, how does this happen?
I love getting to share this with them now because they were so young and like the thick of it, like before when I was, during the Electric Shiver night like this times. They were so young, so they didn't know. But now like they come to shows, they can come on the tour bus, they can come on the road with me. Because literally like I do the show and so my thing is right after the show, I love a cold can of Coca-Cola. Like
me too. Right.
Right after the show.
How do you do it?
It's like can just clink and it's down like
Isn't
down.
it like mine's Coke Zero?
Best.
But yeah, I'm just
Coke. I love it so much. That and grapes.
Coke is good.
Crunchy grapes.
Grapes. Yes.
So I'm such a I don't party anymore. I don't do any of that. I do my show, I do my cool down, I take a shower, and I go to the hotel or the bus and I just chill. So like being able to like share that with them now and just hang out and like not being away is them being able to be with me is like so cool. And them also like realizing like their dad is kind of like a big deal.
What do they say to you about it now? Now that they're seeing, they're seeing the fans, they're seeing all of this work that you're putting in.
You know what's funny? When my kid, because I always tell them how proud I am of them and stuff. And like when I come off stage, like Caden, my oldest son, will be like, Dad, that was great. I'm very proud of you. I'm like, thanks, buddy. 16 years old. You know what I mean? Yeah. They're like the first ones in the dressing room after I'm done. They come give me a big hug, and it feels so good.
There's my collection of Pokemon cards and games.
Fire.
Yeah, that's me right there. That's pretty much all I care about besides music. So
yeah. What is your most valuable one that you have? What's your most valuable card?
I think my most valuable card is probably the Lugia that Bray got me for my birthday.
Yeah.
Bray got me.
Yep.
Yeah, what a wonderful gift. But I love like collecting the games. I have like 3 Charizards. It's just cool. This is what I spend my money on.
Yeah. What do you do with that?
So when you got your first big check, that was the thing to do.
I think I put it in like a Roth IRA and then I took some of it and bought some Pokemon cards.
In this economy, they're both kind of the same thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
At this point, right?
Yeah, right. Because they're.
And I know that you're a fine, upstanding young gentleman. I would like you to take an opportunity now with that camera to say what you might really want to say to Pokemon card scalpers who go to the store and buy racks and racks.
I don't think that I can say.
No, you don't know what you got? Yeah?
Because you guys are the worst people on earth, and I hope that something happens and you aren't able to do that anymore. Thank you.
I hope that you come to the show and see the error of your ways and change.
Change. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope that you see the light and become a better person.
See the light.
That's the PR.
There we go.
I just want to ask you, what's your favorite Bollywood song? Because I'm teaching Carlos to listen to Indian music.
Me.
And we drive in the car and I'm like, what should we listen to?
That's the song she's just.
Which one?
It's called Bijuria. You need to go on YouTube.
Okay, how does it go?
Right now, me in that song is not at all what you've seen in Homebound at all.
Yeah.
But it's a fun
And this
song.
is not a blatant promotion of her.
It's pure love. It's all love.
It's your new movie that's coming out.
Her heart and soul is behind this statement. Jimmy, it's her favorite song of all time.
It's a great song.
I love it.
And yours? What's your favorite song?
I don't know why this comes to mind, if I may borrow. No, my favorite song. Yeah, my voice
Came out of nowhere.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know why this comes to mind. It's probably not my favorite song of all time, but there's a song that deeply, deeply moved me in the movie Guide with, by Vijay Anand sir. And the song is called "Wahan Kaun Hai Tera Musafir." And I think it's a very existential song, but it's a very simple and beautiful song at the same time.
I can't wait.
I'll share it with you after.
Please, yeah.
In fact, actually, we had an extensive playlist on Homebound that allowed us to get closer.
Okay.
So you use that music to get into those characters.
That was one of the songs.
I love that.
ठोस मजबूत भरोसा अपने सपनों पे करना जितने मुंह उतनी बातें गौर कितनों पे करना आज लोगों की बारी जो कहे कह लेने दे तेरा भी दिन आएगा उस दिन हिसाब चुका के रहना
So say.
I just wanted to go back to this photo because we didn't get a chance to talk about Shannon.
Yeah.
Her anniversary is coming up very soon. I can't believe it's been a year already. And her story did resonate with me because I went through cancer at the same time as she did.
Did you?
Yeah. And her sharing her story was
So
affected
brave.
some people. Yeah. Yeah.
So brave. Yeah.
She's special.
She had an amazing ability to normalize that experience and bring people together, and for people to realize, like, God, if she can do these things, losing her hair, going through chemo, going through the fear of having an MRI and a tumor being found, on her brain, and she could do these things in front of people, then it took some of the stigma out of it for other people that were going through it.
Yeah.
And and what a choice, because she could have just fought it alone.
Yeah.
She could have been in her house by herself.
Yeah.
And she wasn't.
Yeah.
And her podcast was amazing. And I'm so thankful to have done it. I'm so thankful for the friendship that we had. Again, we were friends way before 90210.
You guys were really close at the end, I saw, yeah.
We were really close all the way through.
Yeah.
And doing the original, the show it's funny because we were already such good friends, yet we barely worked together. Because it wasn't like Friends, like we're all on a sitcom set, and so everybody's together. We would be off doing our own storylines. So I'd be working on Monday doing my thing, and then she'd be shooting on a Tuesday, and I had no idea what she was doing.
So Brenda and David never had any conflict?
We would dance together.
You would dance together.
We would always there would always be these like poolside dance competitions and stuff, and David and Brenda would win them.
Right. So
Was that
I
it?
never thought about it like that. Like you.
Yeah, I guess
you think about all the stories.
So
how
when
they
we
come
did the
together.
reboot, that was one of the things we like requested constantly was give us tons of scenes together and make it like, and really show that we've been friends this whole time. And it'd be really fun. So we had these really great scenes, and she had just been diagnosed before we started, and then Luke had passed, and up until the point he passed, she had no intention of doing the show. And then after he passed, she really felt like what a great way to honor him and to do this. And it became this really special thing for us being in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Without our kids and our significant others and our people around us to distract us from each other. So it was like summer camp.
Right.
For all of us. Except we were all grown, so we had way more in common than we did doing the original one. It was an amazing experience. She got to be a part of all of these conventions that we would do as a cast.
Yeah.
She got to heal a bunch of relationships with people that she had that weren't great, that didn't end in a great way when she left the show.
That's good. That's a big note to put out there, that there was healing involved.
She was this bond.
Yeah.
The same way you say as a cancer survivor.
Yeah.
She was the same glue for us. It was really cool.
There's so much more we want to talk about, but there's a moment in the hammock.
The final thing we want
Oh
to discuss.
yes,
And-
that's special to me. That
that's
is my
nice.
legacy from the first film. That Dean DeBlois and Chris Sanders said, "How would you say goodbye to your sister? Like, is there a Hawaiian phrase or whatever?" I said, "There's a beautiful song of love and farewell written by Queen Lilu Okalani, our last reigning queen in Hawaii, and it's called Aloha Oi." And I sang it for them, and the lyrics are so perfect and beautiful, and they put it in the hammock scene, and now that they've kept it in this, and that I get to sing it, with Nani at lunchtime, Sydney and I were singing it. I think it's in one of our press EPK things. We were just practicing the song together and harmonizing just for fun, the way my grandmother and I used to, when she would play ukulele, and it's just like gives me chicken skin, as they say in Hawaii.
We just get to hear from you
Oh.
now and
Oh, it's
learn
just
the actions.
Aloha oi, aloha oi, e ke ona noho I ka lipo, one fond embrace, ahoy-yo, until we meet again. Basically. I shortened it.
And until we meet again.
Until we meet
That's
again.
a perfect way to cap it off.
You feel there's more of a connection when you are doing art like this?
I don't think. I mean, my relationship to my kids is very different from Gustav's. He's more of a man of another generation than I am. I've never been on a pedestal to my kids, and sort of they looked up to me or showed me extra
You don't
respect.
think so? You don't?
Respect.
I mean,
or
they're in the
anything.
industry.
Yeah, but they know that I'm fallible, and they know that I'm ridiculous sometimes, and I'm stupid sometimes. But I'm also nice.
Yeah.
So I make sure that they have their purity when they are about 3 years old, and I tell them the truth. I'm not a brilliant father. I'm just a guy, right? So and then they have a very normal relationship to me.
Which is your favorite kid?
What?
Who's your favorite kid? You have 8 kids.
No, everybody.
The little one's your favorite.
No.
The middle one.
No. She's a provocative woman who wants to blow up one of the happiest families ever by making me choose.
I have 2 daughters too, so one's always the yeah. You're not gonna say, are you? But one of the things. Well, I love your acting, and you were absolutely amazing. I got to tell you, I loved you in Chernobyl. Changed my world when I watched that show.
Yeah,
it really opened up my eyes to what the world's all about. So thank you very much for doing that. Who's your favorite child again? I had to try.
You're thinking, blah, blah, blah. But honestly, I can't even say what my favorite color is or what my favorite food is. Because it depends.
You can't pick. You can't. Oh, we're done. I'm just chatting. But my little one's just so attached to me. I love.
Yeah, because she's little.
She's little, and my other one's off to university, so it makes it very hard. Thank you guys. Yeah, it was nice.
Then you're
meeting you.
desperately holding on to something.
This is pretty much the Venn diagram of my life.
Your life, yeah.
This is wrestling. This is MMA, and I'm in the middle.
You're in the middle.
I'm
It
the
says
middle.
a lot.
I don't know what the middle part of the Venn diagram is called, but it's this in this moment.
It's fantastic.
It's a great photo, and it shows a lot. Look at the way you're smiling. Look at that smile there.
Yeah,
I'm so
at
happy.
ease, just at ease.
You're like, this is the best.
You get a lot of,
I'm literally living my dream.
You're
Right
but
living
you
your
also do
dream.
get
Yeah.
so much traction from your interviews with wrestlers.
Yeah.
That online community of wrestling fans is, I mean, as wildly as they swing back and forth and who they love and what they hate, they're so invested.
They're fascinating human
Yeah.
beings, and you rarely get to see
I like the way you
them,
said that.
like outside of the
Yeah.
character. It's funny. Hopefully, I'm not revealing too much. The woman who set this up, me being on your show, is named Joanna Landsberg.
Yeah.
And her, I think, second cousin
Yeah.
is a man by the name of Michael Landsberg,
Yeah.
who was the pioneer, in my opinion, in terms of wrestling interviews. He used to have a show on TSN for many years called Off the Record.
Yeah.
And he and I'm a kid now, I'm 15, 14, 16 in Montreal. At 5 o'clock on TSN, he would have interviews with The Undertaker, The Rock, Vince McMahon, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Bret Hart, at a character on TV. And he was the first one to do that. And so I've always said, like, my interviews, I'd hope the way people I look at his from back in the day, they will look at mine with the wrestlers in the same way, because I like to interview them at a character.
Yeah.
I love that.
And that's an interesting thing too. I just watched yours with Ricochet.
Oh wow!
And what's really
Are you a wrestling fan?
I am a massive wrestling
Really?
fan. Yeah,
Okay,
huge,
wow.
huge.
Okay,
I
respect.
was introduced to it. No, I used to watch WWF,
Yeah,
but first time I've been to WWE
Was Elimination
live.
Chamber here.
When Cena
When
turned?
Cena turned.
Yeah.
Her very first show. So we were on
ever.
the floor for Cena's heel turn, and the next day she's like, "I get it now. I get it. I understand it." I'm like, "Welcome,
Well,
welcome."
partly because Dwayne Johnson gave me tickets, and I was right in front. I was like, I roll like that. And I've never seen, and I was like, I need to call, like that night, I was like, Carlos, I need to call you because I get it. I get it. The end of everything. I get it. Because first I was like, yeah, it's cool and all, but that was the moment I realized how incredible
Did
it
you
is.
understand what was going on with Cena?
Yeah, after I talked to him, but well, no, Dwayne, I saw him
stop.
backstage. He's like, you got to stay until the end, and I go, why do I need to? I know I'm flexing right now, but I'm like, why do I need to stay at the
I had
end?
no idea.
And
I had
so
no idea.
now I know. These are the pants I was wearing there.
He gave you the heads up.
Yeah, he goes, just stay, and I go,
just stay for it.
I was like, because I was thinking maybe I don't know,
Leave
stay until they
early.
have. But I took my brother, who's a huge fan as well, and he was losing
So
his
you got to be
shit.
backstage too.
Just to go see Dwayne, to say hi. But
It's cool though, right?
it's
You
really
could see the
cool.
guys walking around, yeah,
And then it was an experience, and I get why people are so obsessed with it. And it's a culture and I don't want to say
Soap
cult,
opera.
but it's a culture that is so celebrated. But yeah, it's a soap opera.
Yeah.
Because I could hear them talking while they're hitting each other. Like, do I
Yeah.
do this? I'm like, what? This is the coolest thing
I
ever.
love that.
There
Oh,
you
okay,
go.
yeah. There's The Rock. I'm so bad at taking pictures. I never actually even got a picture taken. Someone was standing by and took the picture and sent it to me. That's how I got it.
I love the thumbs up.
Yeah.
It's such a thing to do. Like,
It's either this or you guys would have been standing like this.
Yeah, this are the points.
But those are the only two photos. Yeah.
So take us back to that moment, being with The Rock and that whole
So that
whole
was
scenario.
Day 1, January 1st of 2024. I had just got engaged a couple days prior. I got engaged on the 28th. December 28th. So this was 3 days after. As I'm flying home, I get a text. I was on an airplane. I'm like, hey, I'll call you when I land. I called him back. He's like, hey, okay. At this time, they had already announced, former WWE champion is coming back. I kind of knew what it was, even though I had never left. I was not featured on television for the past couple months. I was actually managing in this share tag team. I was just managing. I wasn't wrestling at all. So I kind of knew when he texted, hey, call me. I knew it was going to be me, but I knew someone else was going to come and crash the party. I had already known that because I'm a heel. That's kind of my job. So he told me, okay, you're going to come out. Someone's going to come out, etc. I go, okay, yeah, cool. No worries. And I'm like, I wasn't even wanting to know who it was. I'm like, okay, I'll get there and they'll tell me. I don't need to know in advance. And he goes, oh, by the way, it's The Rock. I was like, oh. And they're like, don't tell anyone. So I didn't even tell my wife. But I knew it was a huge opportunity. Like, I'm like, again, this is one of those moments that is like a highlight type of moment in my career, right? I really thought I did such a good job with this promo. For the past maybe 2 years or so, I've been taking acting classes, and I really wanted to change the way I spoke on the mic, because a lot of the time pro wrestling promos are loud and over the top. I just kind of wanted to be more conversational, like how real people talk. Just kind of show like an updated version of myself. And then, of course, to be in the ring with The Rock, just feel the energy of the crowd. There's no one like that in wrestling. In at least in my generation, I've seen many times John Cena, Randy Orton, those guys. They're very, very top, but Rock is one level higher.
Oh,
talking about,
my husband, and this is one of our, earlier dates at Disney, and now we're Disney adults. We've got our annual passes, and I mean, life is good. We live in Orlando, Florida. We're like 30 minutes away from Disney. How could we not?
Yeah,
How could we
it
not?
is like you're there all the
Yeah,
time.
and the fact that you guys are both, like you said, you guys are equals and you're working together. You're a team.
We're a team. We are a team. And during the pandemic, that was the first time So we had been together, I believe, 7 years prior to the pandemic. Could be a little less than that, but that was our first time ever stepping in the ring together. We had always been ships passing in the night. He was at WWE. I was at TNA. I came to WWE. He was released. I was released. So that was the first time that we were actually a team in the ring. And that was really hard.
Why?
Really?
Really hard. We were two completely different wrestlers, completely different styles, completely different like mindsets, energy. We had never worked together.
Yeah.
You know, it's really, really weird getting into the ring with somebody who you know so well personally, but you don't know them at work.
Okay.
I don't know his style of work. I don't know how he treats his coworkers or how he plans a wrestling match. So we had to really learn to enjoy working together.
Okay.
And then you have to think like, is it normal for people to work, travel, live, and do everything together? That is not normal. But we started to love it by the end of it.
So talk about working together. I'm curious because again, you were together for 7 years.
Yeah.
Everything's cool. Everyone's doing their own thing.
Yeah.
And then you have to come into this space and you mentioned it was hard, but how did you finally mesh and make it work?
I think just with repetition over and over and over and having the conversations of like, no, okay. I'm your coworker, but I'm still your wife. So like now we need to figure out how we're going to talk to each other in front of people.
Right.
How are we going to disagree in front of people and still show each other respect? Because it's hard. And in wrestling, you think your idea is the best idea.
Right.
That's just how it works. You think your idea is the best. And it's really, really hard to see the other person's side when you've already envisioned how this is going to look in the ring, how you're going to, so we had a lot of conversations, like getting on the plane, going to work. And then at work, we had a lot of moments where it was like, okay, we need to separate and then come back and we'll bring a new mindset. We'll bring a new energy. But one thing we do is we don't talk about work at home.
Oh, that's
Okay.
good.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't talk about wrestling at home. Like, obviously things slip through the cracks and we might have a couple glasses of wine and start like brainstorming something funny. But overall, we try not to talk about work.
So, but you do say, how was your day? How was work?
How was your day? Yes. But at the end of the day, it's like, is a soap opera star going to come home and talk about their storyline?
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there are certain things that irk us that we'll talk about or that made us happy that we'll talk about or certain places that we went to that were really amazing. We'll talk about that. But at the end of the day, I'm paid to get in the ring and possibly lose to somebody. Do I need to go home and be upset that I lost to somebody on TV?
Right.
No.
So you're good at separating the two worlds. Like know how to say this is work.
Yeah.
Leave it at work, which is the lesson for everybody.
I
right? How to
agree.
do
I
that.
100% agree with
especially with
that.
social media, with your phone and all that, to be able to do that. And I love the fact that you're able to do that with your husband.
Yeah.
Because you always go to your husband like, yo, I had the worst day today.
Well, imagine-
for you to do that, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Like envisioning a world where, you come home and he has watched this match and this match and this match and has something to say about it would be so frustrating.
Like, I can't have that.
Yeah.
I can't have you. We have so many people in our lives that are already telling us what we're doing right, wrong, the internet.
Yeah.
On top of just,
Right.
I have people sitting watching the product to tell me what I did well or did not do well every single night. I do not need it at home.
And Beyoncé?
We got backstage and I was like, is she coming? Because no one would say if she was coming or not. They didn't, and everyone had their name tag on the wall in our lineup like we were going on a field trip. And Beyonce's name wasn't there. And I was like, oh, Beyonce won't come. And then suddenly security comes in. And I said, there's no other person that's going to have this much security other than a queen. And then I hear a dress jingling. And I say, oh my God, there she is. I turn, and in the video, I'm turning back because I was trying to look back and Aaron was so cool. He's just looking forward because, he's always looking to the next thing. You know what I mean? Mufasa, a leader.
I'm just trying to be composed.
He's sniffing the air. He's like, what's happening?
What's happening? He's like, I already smelled her. It's heat. Beyonce 2009 perfume. And then 2009. I'm not part of the Beehive. What are you talking about?
But it was a moment for you.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
amazing.
Do you play in your mind like what I'm gonna say to her if I talk to her?
I was actually replaying it in my head. I was like, all right, what do you say? Hi, good to see you. Do you say you're a big fan? Do you not? Do you smile and say what's up? You know what I mean? Like, what's the plan? And then we were on stage and I never got to say it.
Oh, you missed it.
So it's okay. Next time.
In the spirit of Miller and Clara's date at the movies, you know, you've got another big feature coming out later on, which is a completely different genre than this. For a first date, a successful first date, what genre of movie would be better to go see, like a romantic drama or a horror movie?
Oh my gosh. Depends on who you're going with, but I feel like a horror movie is always good. Like, I would love a horror. Wait, can I tell a little like first date story? Okay, wait, I'm gonna tell.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell a story because I got taken on a date once to go and see Killers of the Flower Moon on a date.
Wow.
And then in the same week, we went to go and see Iron Claw.
So
it
deep,
was like
real deep,
really heavy 3-hour movies where you're trying to be like cute, like, oh, like I'm gonna look over at you and maybe we'll hold hands or like be cute. And then I'm like, oh my God, like this is so like deeply devastating and upset. I'm just like melting into my chair, like watching this for 3 hours. So as long as it's not like a 3-hour half documentary, half like terrible, sad moment in time, I think you're good. As long as you like are just going to watch a fun movie for a first date, I think that's always the move.
I love the way you're making people go back to the cinema. Like, it was so special for us to be all together to watch this film.
Great.
And recently, Leo said he has not seen Titanic, so you need to take him to the cinema.
Seen it. He saw it at the premiere in Tokyo. At least I know he's seen it
did
once.
then.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you for everything. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Yeah. Thank you. That was great.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we got that whole Leo thing resolved.
I have to tell you, last time we saw each other was in Rome, and after that, my world changed because I ended up getting cancer. And through my,
I'm so sorry.
I'm cancer-free now, but
good.
through my,
Congratulations.
thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I did not know that. I'm sorry to hear that.
No, but I'm doing great. But through my recovery, I watched all your films, and it finally clicked that it's all about there's more. There's more mountains to climb. There's more to your journey. Anything is possible as long as you see it. So I just want to say thank you to be part of my recovery.
You're very beautiful. I'm glad to know that. Thank you.
You've had an impact on a lot of people with your films, and I hope you feel that.
Thank you for sharing that with me. That means a lot.
So ET Canada ended in 2023. Interestingly enough, it is the second year anniversary, close enough to the day ET Canada came to an end. I think it was last week.
Wow, yeah, look at that. It's been 2 years. I had forgotten how long ago it was.
Yeah. And it was a hard time for all of us because, you know, our team was let go, and the first time a national Canadian television was taken down in a way it did, because it was a big entertainment show, big name, and it was not the easiest day when we found out this was all happening. And you found out the day after I did.
You found out before. I don't envy you for having to carry the information and then still be
in the studio.
In studio, on camera, talking to people, because it's impossible to see someone in the state that you were in and not want to know what's up.
I know.
Right.
Because my tradition, and I don't know if you knew this, but every time I would go into the studio to say hi to Ryan, all the gang, before I'd ever go into the studio and say, what's up? And that day I didn't do it. And so Ryan right away said, what's going on? Like, she didn't come in to give me a hug or whatever I usually do. And that was the first signal. And he goes, are you okay, right after we shot? And the idea that I had to look away, and I suck at lying, you know, I'm not very good at it. So I put my head down, and I was the one who I think I leaked it because I just couldn't keep it together. But I miss it. I miss our team. I miss the fun we used to have. And it was such an iconic show, and it was special to us. And it's, you know, to this day, I still think about it and what that, you know, we were on it for how many years and how many great memories we had from it. And
what gets me is when I get all my, like, on this day in 2019, on this day in 2018.
Yeah, on Facebook.
Yeah, or well, like it's in whatever, all your photo
memories,
apps, right? But I forget sometimes how long I was with the show. In my mind, it was for a shorter time, but I had started doing carpets and little drop-ins with you guys before I like officially started.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And I remember when I started, it was such an exciting.
You
for me, it
joined
was
right
such
before
an
TIFF,
exciting
I think
thing.
it was, right? Yeah.
It was such an exciting thing to do because this team looked like they were like firing on all cylinders all the time. You guys were having the best time. And it was such a great ride to hop onto. But I remember, I tell this story often about a conversation we had when we were talking on the phone the day that we all found out. And I remember exactly where I was because I was driving down a particular street and crossing these like train tracks. And you were like, what are we gonna do? Like, what am I gonna do? What are we gonna do? And I said, whatever you want, like whatever you want now. And I think as difficult as it was for me to come to terms with the fact that we weren't all gonna be together anymore, because that was the thing I loved about it the most, was like everyone, like you just said, everyone that we worked with, the cool things that we got to do.
Yeah.
But from my perspective, I had been doing those cool things for like 20 years.
Yeah, for a long time.
Since I started at YTV, I'd been doing a lot of really cool things. So I don't think I ever thought in my head that it had to be the same version of, like if I was to stay in entertainment, it'd have to be the same version of it forever. Just for my part, I remember thinking that, oh no, like what am I gonna do for work was the first kind of panic button. But on that drive home, before we talked, I remember having this conversation with myself about, what's done is done. And now whatever opportunities are in front of us, we're allowed to go grab whatever we want.
Yeah.
Whatever we want.
Which is hard to comprehend, right?
Yeah, especially in the moment. Especially in the moment.
Yeah. We did good.
I think we did okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to check in with people too and see what they're doing and kind of like the evolution they've been taking in their lives and what they took from their work to their next thing. But yeah, it was a moment for sure.
Yeah.
And I think one of the shocking things for people was that I don't think people foresaw it kind of ever coming to an end. And you take for granted when something's been around for so long that eventually everything comes to an end. But you don't know how it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And if it didn't look like the way you thought it was going to end for you, then it can be a shock.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Bittersweet.
But happy to be here.
Oh, that was good. That's everything I've ever wanted you guys to ever talk about.
Click and see it.
I think my first in studio, I have a picture of it on my Instagram. Might have been us two together.
Oh, no way.
I think
didn't
my
know that.
first at the table was you and me.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
So you and Jed were even Morgan, I think I was like your first.
Oh, now you're putting things together. You're like, throw him with Sangeeta.
Yeah, Sangeeta's
It's
easy.
her first date? Throw him with Sangeeta.
She just ad-libs everything. You
There
just
you
go with it.
She'll just talk. It doesn't matter.
Just go with her.